Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is a very important video, and actually these types of videos that I do on my channel are some of the most important videos I do all year. I do it every season, and today we are talking about the hottest trends coming in for spring 2022. Let's jump right in. I'm feeling very sophisticated yet stylish today. You know, whenever I wear a blazer, especially an oversized blazer like this Jacquemus, I feel very mature. I feel like older, like it makes me look older, but I like it like in a way that I like, you know? And then, you know, my new haircut, the whole vibe, I'm just feeling the Mugler pants. I'm just feeling so on. I mean, I think it's perfect for this video because we're talking about hot trends for spring 2022. We have 10 trends to discuss, but before we do, I'd really like to thank today's sponsor, FARFETCH. I love working with brands that are on my consistent rotation of websites that I shop every single week because I am a bit of a shopaholic. And I'll tell you what I'm obsessed with when it comes to FARFETCH. Whenever there's like a hot designer item or just like one of the hottest designers, like for example, right now, Mugler is at the top of their game, one of the hottest designers right now. And there are so many pieces that I love and want, and they sell out and they're gone. But whenever I can't find a piece, I know I can go to FARFETCH and it's there. And FARFETCH has access to over 3,000 of the world's most luxurious brands. I'm talking heritage brands, contemporary brands. Now, like I said, I have been obsessing over Mugler lately, so I chose these amazing items. The spiral jeans, okay, controversial because the spiral jeans I have a love-hate with, but I love the denim on denim. They're not that intense, but they're just intense enough to get that beautiful fashion, sexy look that I love. And yes, they are really long. I have to get them shortened, but I did just want to show you them here today because I think they are so flattering. And Mugler is here to tell you that skinny jeans are not dead because the spiral jeans are some of the hottest jeans of the season, and they are very much skinny jeans. And I've also told you guys, I don't care what type of style a denim is. If it looks good on my body, I'm into it. These are just so flattering, lifting and slurping, which I love. You guys know I love. And I got them in a size 34, which I think would be the equivalent to a size 24. And same thing goes for my black scuba gear type leggings, which I love. Also a skinny pant. Some people are trying to cancel these styles, but Mugler is here to tell you no. So if you're a luxury shopper like me, if you love shopping online, whether it's Jacquemus, Balenciaga, Balmain, Alexander McQueen, the list goes on and on. Mugler. FARFETCH is the first place I check when I'm looking for very specific designer items because they really do always have the most stock, and they have the sizes that the other websites are always sold out of first. Now, as always, of course, I have a discount code for you, so make sure you check it out in the description box below. Listen to your fashion mom. I got you. Jumping right into the hottest trends for 2022, let's start with number one. We got to talk about the micro mini. All right, not just any mini, but the micro. We are going to be seeing the micro mini taking over the runway, taking over your Instagram feed, taking over your TikTok scroll. This is going to be a very, very hot trend. And this is going to be something that we're going to continue to see not only spring 2022, obviously summer, but going forward into the next couple of seasons because we are just getting started with the minis. We are gonna see a lot of different variations of the micro mini. Of course, we've already seen some high fashion versions, but we're definitely going to see it trickle down into contemporary fashion and of course, affordable and fast fashion. Most notably, we saw the micro mini on the Miu Miu runway this past fashion month. So right now, really leading this trend is Miu Miu because they're just coming in so hot with this. We are going to see this copied and replicated all over the place, but we've already seen how much of an impact this fashion collection has already had on the fashion world. I mean, a lot of you guys out here watching love fashion, you follow fashion, you know what's up. and you are up to date on some of the latest, hottest trends coming in. So I'm sure many of you have seen some photos and some video footage from the Miu Miu runway show. And this is just a really good indication of what we're going to see. I think it's definitely going to stick around. We'll definitely see it going forward the next couple of seasons. I do wonder how long it'll last, if it'll be something that's, you know, carried over for several seasons, or maybe just one or two and then it's out, you know, kind of very fleeting. We have yet to see, but it's definitely coming in very hot, very strong spring 2022. Number two, if you've been living under a rock, then you might not know that low-rise are coming back in, but I think most of you guys have been aware that low-rise have been trickling back into fashion the last couple of seasons, really becoming more of a focus as of late. I mean, this is something I've been talking about for a couple seasons here on this channel. I said, you guys, low-rise is coming back. Don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger. Now it's really taken kind of like center stage. We are seeing low-rise across so many different fashion collection. I mean, one of the first designers I saw bring low-rise back a couple seasons ago was Versace. There were other designers that were showing low-rise on the runway, but now we're seeing it so much more. And you know, it's really gaining popularity when the more affordable and fast fashion brands start pumping out these low-rise designs, which is what's happening. So we are going to be seeing a lot more low-rise going forward. I know a lot of people are so unhappy about this, but the good news is you don't have to swap everything for low-rise. If you hate low-rise, you definitely shouldn't wear it, but if you love it, that doesn't mean that your high-rise or mid-rise are suddenly out. It's just the focus is now a little bit more on low-rise. It's just a little more new, hot, and trending. You can still rock your mid and high-rise, but low-rise has become a little bit more of the focus, which brings me to number three, which is Y2K fashion. Oh, before we get into number three, I want to talk about my hair again. I talked to you before in my last video about the shampoo that I switched to, and some people messaged me on Instagram about it, so I want to just give you more like information about it because, not sponsored of course, this shampoo has changed my scalp and my hair. My hair is so healthy. I think I'm gonna cut it a couple more inches tomorrow, by the way, because I'm feeling it. Yes? No? What do you think? Anywho, let me get this for you. Okay, I just want to show you because, like, quickly, I just don't want to veer off topic, but I do want to show. Guys, this is shampoo and conditioner, and I got the stand. I put them in my shower. This is supposed to last for 3 bottles of shampoo. They say 3 bottles. I don't really know. Lasts really long. A tiny bar of soap. No plastic. It's super clean and super natural. Just want to tell you, okay, because it's called Bohème. It's changed the game for me. Okay, I cannot use nasty chemical shampoo. I have a very sensitive scalp. This has helped me with that. I mean, my hair still gets oily, but this has really helped me with that, but it's so soft and healthy. You know, if I love something, I want to tell you. That's what it is. Like, honestly, I'm only telling you guys about this because you messaged me about it. This is not a promo. I'm just keeping it so real with you. My hair is so good. My hair is so good. Anywho, yeah, so I'm gonna cut it like a couple more inches tomorrow, which you've probably already seen because in my FARFETCH B-roll, you're probably seeing my new hair. So, I just wanted to say that. Okay, moving on to number 3, Y2K fashion. So we have talked about Y2K fashion on this channel many times, 90s, Y2K, and 90s is also kind of trending, but it's definitely more Y2K. And while we have talked about this before, it is just definitely more of a focus now. It's something that we're seeing more and more, and we're seeing it on the runway. And a perfect example of this, actually 1, 2, and 3, the micro mini, the low rise, and Y2K is kind of all encompassed in that Miu Miu collection we just talked about. Miu Miu really got the whole Y2K memo. Low rise, the micro mini, it is just all very Y2K, but we're seeing Y2K in a lot of different ways. You know, the big sunglasses, like the Paris Hilton aesthetic, like that is something we're seeing a lot on social media, a lot on Instagram and TikTok. And it's kind of like an exaggerated version of that Y2K, you know, like a lot of pink, a lot of like Clueless inspiration. Even though Clueless was in the 90s, it did carry over into that Y2K fashion. So people are really meshing it all together. It's coming back in a big way. And it's not just the fashion, it's also like the hairstyles. And now they're trying to say thin eyebrows are coming back. I should have added like a separate point for thin eyebrows, but I'll just keep it here in Y2K. Again, thin eyebrows, a little bit more 90s, but they do kind of overlap. So it's kind of like a mix of like 90s Y2K hairstyles, fashion, accessories, but the thin eyebrows are something that, I don't even know what to make of them. I think they can be cool and cute, but I don't think you should rush to do laser hair removal on your eyebrows and have them thinned out, because the thing with these trends is that they are just often so fleeting. They come in and they go out. Like it was thick, thick, thick eyebrows for so long, and now suddenly it's the next extreme, super thin. So thick to thin, I'm good with like a happy medium. So, you know, you can rock the styles, experiment with them, but don't throw your eggs into one basket, because these styles never last. Number 4, we have matching suits and bold color suits, and bold colors in general, but let's focus on suits for today because we are seeing a lot of matching suits. Now, I did talk about the neon blazer well over a year ago, and I said to you guys, like, this is something I would not spend a lot of money on because, you know, it's not really a classic. It's not really something that I think would last that long. I still feel that way today. You know, spending $4,000 on a neon blazer for me is just a bit extreme because I feel like it's very much in the now. The same thing goes with like these bold colored suits and these bold neon matching coordinating suits. I think they're really, really cool. I personally would not spend thousands of dollars on a suit like this, but I am loving what I'm seeing on the runway. I even love a matching white suit, which we're seeing a lot of as well. It's just a lot of coordinated suits, bright colors, and a lot of whites and neutrals, just beautiful. And it's kind of like a fun take on a classic. So while it's not classic, there's classic elements to it, and I love that because if you're someone that is a little bit more conservative with your style, but you do like to experiment, this is a good way to be a little more cutting edge while still maintaining your own personal style. So this is just such a trend that I'm vibing with and I really love. Number 5, let's talk parachute pants, balloon pants, and barrel pants. I think they're all the same, but there's just a few different terms I've seen online for these pants, but regardless, these are pants that are trending. I've talked about them quite a few times, especially on TikTok. I've talked about them a lot on TikTok. The barrel jeans in particular, which are such a great denim trend and pant trend in general. For me anyways, I know they're not for everyone. This is very much not a classic style and very much something that's on trend. But for someone like me who, again, loves pants and loves all kinds of different pants, I love a skinny, I love a relaxed, I love a baggy, and I love a balloon or whatever you call these. I just love the baggy jeans trend, and this is kind of like a different take on it. So very much on trend, but a little bit different than what we've been seeing. I like that the parachute pant kind of cinches in the waist, is baggy in the legs, and then tapers down at the bottom, because with a lot of the baggy jeans that we've been seeing, they're baggy all the way down. They kind of hide the shoes, and I like that with this style. You get the baggy jeans, but you get to show off your gorgeous shoes. But the good news is there is a style for everyone and every body shape right now, even if you happen to hate this style. Number 6, we gotta talk about bras as tops. And no, I'm not talking about bra tops. I'm talking about bras as tops. I've talked about even like bikini tops as tops we've seen on the runway. But we're seeing actual bras as tops. We're even seeing designers make bras as tops, like bras meant to be worn as tops, but they're bras. It's literally like a cup. It's a bra. So yes, definitely still the bra tops and the bralettes as tops are a trend, but more so now we're starting to see actual bras as tops. This is a trend. I don't know. I just think I've grown out of that. I definitely do love crop tops. I love, you know, showing my midriff and, you know, wearing some cute and sexy outfits, but I have my limits. That's one of them. I probably would not wear an actual bra as a top, but we definitely are seeing more and more of this going forward. Number 7, platforms, but not just any platforms, very, very, very high platforms. And not just very high, very chunky. Now, of course, we've talked about the Versace viral platform heels, and we've talked about the Valentino platform heels. I really prefer the Valentinos over the Versaces, but they're both really, really popular right now. I'd say the Versaces are even more popular, and just this whole vibe of like really chunky platform, we are going to be seeing it more and more and more. This is not a one season wonder. This is going to be coming back. This is going to be next season and the season after and the season after. In fact, Valentino has already shown an even chunkier, bigger platform on the runway. So this is something we are going to be seeing. I mean, platforms are always in fashion, right? There's always platforms that are relevant in fashion. And Saint Laurent has been doing these kind of chunky platforms for a really long time. So there's fashion houses that just absolutely always have platforms in their collection. I can't think of one shoe designer that does not make platforms, but it's the specific aesthetic of these platforms that are really hot and trending right now. Because platforms are kind of always a thing in fashion, but these platforms are very distinct, very specific, very retro 70s, very exaggerated, and that's the style that we're seeing. And that's the style that we're gonna continue to see. You are gonna see a lot of affordable, fast fashion brands make versions of these platform shoes. We've already seen it with Steve Madden. You're going to see a lot more going forward. These are going to last. So if you're petite like me, this might be a hot trend you'll love. Number 8, I gotta give it to feather accents. Feather accents on pants, on tops, on jackets, even in like luxurious pajama sets. And you know, some of those pajama sets are made to be worn out as like streetwear, as like outfits. We are seeing a lot of those feather accents. We're seeing them so much to the point that there are companies that are making simply the feather cuffs that you just add onto your jacket. So very much a trend that is taking off. It has been going on for a couple seasons, but again, this is something we are just seeing more and more. There's more focus on it. We're seeing designers show this on the runway. We're seeing influencers and celebrities being photographed with these hot styles. So it's definitely a hot trend, but I wouldn't say it's something that's classic that will stick around for a while, but it's an aesthetic. I think there's people that kind of always love this vibe. It's very feminine, it's very dramatic and cute and fun. So there's people that always love this vibe, but of course we see it much more when it's something that's hot and trending, because that's when it's shown in many more collections, it's accessible to everyone, and it just becomes, you know, a hot trend. I mean, I guess that's how trends work. But again, I don't think this is like a long-lasting trend, but I definitely think it's very cute and feminine. Number 9, neon green and yellow, highlighter yellow. So listen, I've been talking about neons since 2018, 2019 here on this channel. I've been talking about neons on the runway for a while. I mean, Valentino a couple seasons ago did like beautiful, like formal gowns in like neons. I thought it was just absolutely magnificent. We are seeing so much more of that now. Just like I told you with the coordinated pantsuits, the blazer pantsuits, we're seeing a lot of neons with that as well. But just in general, these neon colors, specifically yellow and green, we're just seeing so much of that neon shade on the runway and in really cool high fashion pieces, whether it's a blazer, a pantsuit, a dress, a gown. It's happening, it's hot, and a lot of people are gravitating towards this trend. And last for today, I wasn't even gonna put this on the list, but I decided to. I didn't want to because I've talked about it so many times. I've talked about it in 2019, 2020, 2021. Again, Fringe. Fringe we're seeing a lot of. Now, I've talked about the flapper style fringe, and then I can't even call it anything. It's not like the rock and roll leather jacket fringe. It's just high fashion fringe. Bottega's been doing it for a couple seasons now. A lot of designers are doing fringe in all kinds of different ways, like big, thick, dramatic fringe, you know? So we are seeing it a lot on the runway. I have talked about it so many times on this channel, so I didn't want to add it again, but I had no choice. You know, it's just so relevant and it's so something we're still seeing so much of. So I gotta add Fringe. Fringe, very hot. Spring 2022, we'll probably be seeing it more going forward. And that wraps up my whole list of spring trends coming in super hot for 2022. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it for you. Once again, thanks to FARFETCH. If you love the pieces I've shown you here today or any other pieces, make sure you check out my discount code in the description box. Lots of good, amazing fashion for you to check out. I love you guys so much, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. So until next time.